Okay, so what do you do when the fireplace doesn't work? You turn it on, you have a thermostat or a switch in the wall or some such thing, and nothing happens. The next thing you need to know is what type of fireplace is it? There's two types out there generally. One is a pilot type. It runs on millivoltage, does not require power for the fire to burn. It may have a fan on it and that'll require power, but it'll actually work without power. Just the fan won't run. So if it's millivolt, it has to be treated one way, and if it's powered by the 120 volt power in the house, it has to be treated another. So we're going to take a look at the controls, and the controls are in the bottom of it. Okay, I've taken the cover off the bottom. Now this is a heat and glow, and other brands will be more or less similar, but there will be differences. Now what I want to hone in on here is whether this thing is electrically powered or it's millivolt powered. Once you've taken that cover off, you can see you have a valve in here. Now, if this valve did not have this thing that said off, pilot, on. Let's get a little closer. Okay, now you can see that valve a little closer. This is telling you it's a millivolt valve because you're going to light the pilot on this one. If it was powered by your 120 volt power, it would have electric ignition and you would not have a pilot light. So let's proceed like this is a millivolt powered fireplace. Okay, what we're looking at here is the fake logs. Now you're probably not going to know where this pilot is, but you're looking for a little blue flame down there. And if you can't find a blue flame any place around there, most of the time I'll tell you it's on the side of the fireplace where the gas comes in. Now let's see if we can figure out where the gas comes in. Now we're back down here at the gas valve. Notice I've got a little flexible line here. It comes over to a valve. This valve should be in line with the pipe. That's the gas coming in. So I'm going to assume, it's always a mistake to assume, but that the pilot is going to be on the left side somewhere around there. Okay. So what I've come up with so far is I can't find a pilot, so I'm going to attempt to light the pilot. Okay, you'll notice here I have this little valve. It's got an off and on it. It's got arrows. And it's got this key. The key may or may not be in it. It depends on what's been done with the keys. If there's kids around the house, they usually take the key out, but it may be in a drawer or something. It's just a square head. Okay. And if you're going to attempt to relight the pilot, the first thing you're going to do is take this thing and make sure it is turned all the way to off. Okay. Now it is in the off position because I've turned it as far to the right as I can. It's kind of the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey thing. Except in this case, the righty is closed. Okay, leave it for 5 minutes. Don't do anything with it for 5 minutes. Now, these instructions, these lighting instructions, are underneath this this appliance. If you look right there, you can see that laid underneath there, and they're actually chained down there, are instructions on how to light. So that'll give you some help too. Okay, after we've waited the 5 minutes, we're going to turn this on. Okay. Now we're going to see if we can figure out how to light this turkey. Okay, here we're back underneath here, and our valve's right here, and I've got this little pushy thing. This is a piezo igniter. If you push it, you get a spark. Okay, that's going to spark right next to the pilot and light the pilot. So, in order to prep it, you need to turn this to the pilot position. Now, it's usually in the on position, which on is straight down there, and there's a little, you can't really see it here, but there's, well, maybe you can. I see that little kind of a thing sticking up there. That's the marker. And it's in the on position, so you can turn it to the pilot position. It won't move any farther than the pilot position unless you push it down. So what you're going to do at this point, you're going to push this down, and at the same time you're going to hit the spark igniter and light it. Okay? Now, it may take several times to do. Okay, here I've taken and got rid of most of the light. Now, once you look down there, and you can see that little spark, that's where the pilot is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that button down I talked to you about before, and at the same time hit the piezo. Okay, just lit the pilot. Okay, I'm going to hold that down for up to a minute. Usually you don't take quite that long, but hold it down and then let it up after 20 or 30 seconds. If it goes out, hold it for at least a minute. Okay, I've dropped it back, it's lit up. And the only thing I've got to do now is turn the gas valve back on. Okay, so my pilot has stayed on. I'm in the pilot position. All I have to do is rotate the gas valve to the on position. Now, if I turn on my thermostat or switch or whatever I got, it should light. Not real easy to see, but it has lit. So there you go. If it doesn't light, then you have repair problems. If the pilot lights and it's very yellow and kind of lazy looking, it needs to be cleaned. And that's a whole nother ball game there. Now we're getting into repairs. Anyway, that's lighting, relighting the pilot on the gas fireplace.